I'm Andy Otto. I'm on the pastoral team at Ignatius House. The stories of Jesus' resurrection appearances continue, and this time the risen Jesus encounters his disciples where he initially met them, on the beach and fishing. One can imagine after their grief of the devastating loss of their friend, indeed their whole way of life, they seek to return to some sense of normalcy, and so they return to fishing. I think some of us will find ourselves looking to return to normal as a reaction to this time of pandemic and abnormality. But what the disciples will soon discover is that there will be a new normal, and it will come forth from the good news of the resurrection. In fact, in this story, we see a community of 7 who kept living their lives together and share a meal together, perhaps an image of the emerging early church. And just as the Gospel of Luke presents a miraculous catch of fish as the precursor to the disciples' initial call, here in the Gospel of John, Jesus seems to use the same tactic to get their attention. But like many of the resurrection accounts, they do not recognize Jesus initially. Maybe it was their tired eyes after unsuccessfully fishing all night. But maybe it's the fact that the resurrection does not look like what we think. A seed may seem to die, but it transforms into a beautiful tree. A caterpillar goes into the darkness of a cocoon and reemerges a butterfly. Throughout this story, we can sense that the disciples' spiritual eyes are slowly opened. They recognize Jesus not through his physical appearance, but through his actions, through the catch of the fish, and even the sharing of a meal, like we see in the Emmaus account. Maybe the disciples' thoughts return to the time when Jesus called them from the shore just a few years earlier. Maybe as Jesus cooked breakfast for them on the beach and passed out fish and bread, their memory of the multiplication of the loaves and fishes returned. Perhaps they remember the Last Supper when hope felt like it was slipping from their grasp. "It is the Lord," the beloved disciple shouts in joy. Jesus' actions speak louder than his appearance. How do you recognize Jesus in your life? What loving actions of God emerge and even re-emerge in your life? The disciples' lives were never the same again. From this rather Eucharistic moment on the beach, as Jesus again shares his love and self and presence with his friends, emerges a new movement that has lasted until this day. The Easter season continues to provoke within us a transformation, to see things anew, to recognize that while an old normal passes away, a new normal, a renewed normal emerges. Let us open our spiritual eyes to see this newness that God promises. Behold, I am making all things new.